Here's a close-up of Lola the bunny, and it started at the head at the top, and you just crochet down, increasing, and then you decrease, and then you finish off here at the neck edge. And then the body is started from the bottom, and the same type of stitching is done to create the bottom, except that it's smaller. And then you crochet up for the body, and then you finish off, and then you sew these two together. And then you make the legs and the arms kind of in the same fashion as this, the body and the head. And then you make the ears separate, sew those on, and then you finish it off with a little pom-pom for the tail. So to get started, we're going to start at the top of the head, make a slip knot, and to do so I make a loop like this, take the top strand across the back like a pretzel, and then pull that back strand forward. There's a knot side and a slip side. I'm going to pull on the knot side, put this on my hook, and then pull on the slip side to get it to be just like this. So now in the directions it says to chain 2, and then to work 6 single crochets in the second chain from hook. So to do so, you just go in here and work 6 single crochets in that second chain. Now here you're not joining the rounds, so you just use this yarn or a contrasting piece of yarn or ribbon to mark the ends of your rounds. So here I have 2, 4, and 6 single crochets, and that completes round 1. And then I'm going to get a contrasting piece of yarn here, which is a pink, and I'm just going to lay it on this side of the last single crochet of round 1, and then it's going to get sandwiched between the last single crochet of this round and the next single crochet of the next round. So I just go ahead and I'm going to work 2 single crochets in the next single crochet of round 2. And now you can see where that yarn marks the beginning and the end of a round. So you just work 2 single crochets in each single round, so you're going to have double the amount of single crochet stitches, so you'll land up with 12. Okay, now I have my 12 stitches for round 2, and it looks like this. So now all I do is take this contrasting yarn and just take it from the front and just flop it over to the back like this before I do the next round of stitching. So now it becomes sandwiched between the first and the last stitch there. So you do 2 single crochets in the first one and single in the next one. Now it's every other one is an increase. Okay, so on your next round you're going to be doing 2 single crochets and then single, single, and 2 single, single. And you're gonna, that's for round 4. This is round 3, and it's every other one. Round 4 is gonna be 2 singles in between an increase. And then round 5, you just single crochet even. And then round 6 is another increase round. And then it just alternates between the increasing rounds and the even rounds. So just go ahead and work up till round 13, which is a single crochet even round, and then I'll come back on round 14 and show you how to do the single crochet decreases. Here's rounds 1 through 13 finished, and now for round 14 I'm going to move my marker from the back to the front like this, and I'm going to single crochet in the next 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to single crochet 2 together, and to do that all I do is go into the next single crochet, draw up a loop, and hold that on my hook and go into the next single crochet, do the same thing, yarn over, draw a loop up, and then yarn over and draw through all 3 loops, and that's a single crochet decrease or a single crochet 2 together. And then you just repeat this all the way around. You're going to do 5, and then single crochet 2 together. To do that, you go in here, you yarn over, draw up a loop, hold that loop on your hook, and then go into the next single crochet, yarn over, draw that loop up, and then yarn over and draw through all 3 loops on your hook, just like that. So continue working a decrease round for round 14 and 15, and then 16 is single crochet even, and then 17 and 18 are decrease rounds, also round 19 and 20. So I'll come back after round 20 and we'll finish off, and I will show you how to stuff the head on that round. This is what the head will look like at the end of round 20, and I've finished off my end here. I've left my marker in the whole time just in case there was a mistake and I had to pull back, but now I can just pull the marker out just by pulling on this, and it just comes right out. And then you could start stuffing before the end of round 20, but all you got to do to stuff it is to just loosen up your stuffing and then just shove it through here. You may even want to take your crochet hook to help you push it down in there. So anyway, you just stuff the head, and then you create the body in the same exact way, except it's not going to be as large, and you will stuff that, and then you'll sew the body to the head, and then you make the legs separate and the arms separate, and then you stuff those and sew those to the sides of the head and the bottom of the body here. And now I'm going to show you how to make the ears. So for the inside of the ear, you need a contrasting color, and you start out by doing a chain 10, which I've already done. And then this is called the inner ear. So you single crochet in the second chain from hook, and in the next 7 chains, so let me show you one thing about the ears. The inner ear is this ear with the lighter color, and then there's an outer ear, and the outer ear is done exactly like the inner ear, except that you use the lighter color here and the darker color here, and then you hold both ears together and you single crochet around. So right now we're doing the inner ear, and the outer ear is done exactly the same way, except you do it in the main color of the bunny. So when you single crochet across your starting chain like this, when you get down to the end, you're going to work 3 single crochets in the last single crochet. And now in the directions it says, let me get a piece of paper here so you can see better. In the directions it says, working on opposite side of foundation chain. So what that means is there's 2 loops. I went in the top loop, and if you went in 2 loops, then you're going to have 1 loop on the other side. So you're going to work single crochet stitches in whatever loops are left over on the other side of the foundation chain. So you're going to work single crochets all the way back. So at the end of row 1 it looks like this. And now for row 2 you chain 1 and turn, and you single crochet in the first 3 single crochet stitches. You half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So it looks like that. And then you work 2 half double crochets in each of the next 3 single crochets, and that's the top stitches there. And then you half double crochet in the next 5. So I'm on the other side of the ear right now. And then you just work a single crochet in the last 3 single crochets. Like that. And then you finish off and leaving a long end. I don't know if you're going to need a long end for sewing this to that or whatever. You may not need a long end, but I would, just to be sure, I don't know at this point. So to finish off, I would do a chain and tighten the back of the chain like that. And then I would just cut below my hand right here to have a long piece. So that's the inner ear, and the outer ear is repeating the rounds that I just showed you of the inner ear, and then you don't finish off at the end of row 2, and then I'll so go ahead and make one more piece with the main color. And then don't finish off at the end of row 2, and then I'll come back on camera and show you how to do row 3 and row 4 of the assembly of the ear. So here's my inner ear, and then now I'm working on the outer ear, and in the directions it says to repeat rows 1 through 2 of the inner ear. So now I'm ready to do row 3, and to do row 3 I'm just going to chain 1 and turn, and then I'm going to single crochet in every stitch around, or it says across, but and now I'm working on the wrong side of the ear. And if you get confused on what the wrong and right side are, just on the, it establishes it in the pattern. So just put some kind of a little contrasting thread or something, so, or a stitch marker to mark the right and wrong side. So now it's starting to curl a little bit because there's no increases on this round or this row. Okay, now I'm going to chain one and turn, and now it says to hold the inner ear and the outer ear together with wrong sides facing. So what I'm going to do here, this is the wrong side here that's facing me, and then this right here, where the loops are, well, this was marked as right side here on row 1, no, it's wrong side. So this is wrong side facing like this. So now I'm gonna line my ears up together like this, and I'm gonna go through both thicknesses and single crochet around like this. So you just keep doing the single crochet stitches all the way around, and it's going to make your ear curl in, just like this one does right here. So I'm going to go off camera and finish this, and then I'll come back on camera and show you how to put that on and how to do the pom-pom. So I finished single crocheting around the outside edge of the ear, and now I'm just going to chain one and pull on the back strand to tighten it. And then it says to finish off leaving a 12-inch end. So then I just pull that long end through here, and that locks it. And then you would just thread your needle and fold this in half like this, and then sew it to the top of the head. So now I could have 3 ears. And to make the pom-pom, all you need to do is take your contrasting color. I have a little piece of cardboard here that's probably about 4 inches long and 2 inches wide, and I would just wrap this around. You could use multiple strands of yarn for wrapping, so it'll go by faster. But you could do a lot to get a real bushy tail like this one is. And then I'm just going to do a little here for a demo. And then if you slide this off and have another strand of the same color yarn ready, and slide these loops off onto that, and lay them in the center of your strand like that. And then if you tie a knot like this, where you wind this around that a few times, see, like that, then when you tighten down, it won't come loose. It'll stay tight, and you won't need somebody to come and put their finger on the knot for you. So you just tighten like this, and then you go back and knot it a couple more times, make sure it's gonna stay. And then you trim the edges. Like this. These aren't the best scissors to use for this, but you get the idea. Okay, so So then you got this, and then you have your long end, and you use these long ends and you just attach it to the bottom of the body like that. And then the embroidery stitches are just straight stitches. You just do like one straight stitch there, one long straight stitch there, and do like a little satin stitch like 3 times with a black or a dark color, and then a couple of times over here with a satin stitch. So that is how you make Lola the bunny, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and the links to everything are listed below, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Draw up a loop, draw through 2, draw through 1. Yarn over. Or if you accidentally drop it, those loops won't fall off your hook. So now I'm going to continue on, skip that one, pick up this one, skip,